Politicians both in the province and in the city speaking out about the two rallies held this weekend in Calgary. Rallies that used symbols of hate and attracted known hate groups. Crystal Adaris joins us live from City Hall, the same space where these protests have been taking place and where it was a topic of discussion at today's council meeting. Crystal.
City councillors want tiki torches and hate groups gone from the steps of City Hall, worrying they'll be associated with the messages of hate that they're spreading. And Calgary police and BLM activists also responding at odds about how these rallies should be handled.
We're not stupid. We know what those torches mean.
Pre-pandemic, rallies of all kinds were held here at Municipal Plaza.
It's been a bit wrecked by these folks in terms of that ideal of people being able to come and express their views. So I'm happy to look at the municipal complex bylaw again and see if there's anything else in there that we can do to make sure that this sort of thing doesn't look like it's being endorsed by the city.
Canadian Crusaders and Urban Infidels among the identified hate groups in attendance, but organizers maintain that's not what they're about.
The lovers of this country and will turn them into white supremacists.
Council unanimously passing a motion to denounce all statements, acts, and symbols of racism and hate displayed at Saturday's event. Nenshi says it sets expectations for the public and police.
Why did the Klan march with torches? They used them to light the crosses on fire. And let's be very clear that that is not anything that is ever acceptable here in the city of Calgary.
I hate even having to give airtime to these people. It's the most ridiculous thing, you know, at a time when we have to support and say to everybody, you know, you have freedom of speech in this country. There's just things that under that law, you know, are dead wrong to do.
Mayor Nenshi stopping short of criticizing how police handled the event, saying it was a volatile situation and it looked like police were able to separate protesters and counter-protesters. But those anti-hate counter-protesters say they were cornered by police and were left in a vulnerable position because of officers.
We just didn't understand why we were being confined and why we were being barricaded in and why we were being told not to walk and not to move forward when we are not the hate group, when we are not the ones with terrorists in our group. We're not the ones with tiki torches. We're not the racist side. We're trying to end racism. So my question to them would just be, what exactly were you guys paying so much attention to us for when there's hate groups openly spilling their hatred within the streets of our city?
I don't know why the police had to corral me and my team, not allow us to walk, push me, tell me not to touch their bike. And as I continue to not engage, not speak with anti-maskers or people I know are racist, and I'm being mistreated, my human rights are being violated, and people who are doing hate speech are free to continuously do that hate speech.
In a statement, police say there are specific thresholds to lay charges related to inciting violence. This threshold is set high and includes inciting hatred against an identifiable group, which is likely to lead to a breach of the peace. We had officers at the event, including our hate crimes investigator, gathering evidence in relation to this matter. We have liaised with the Crown, and it has been determined that these events this weekend did not meet the required threshold for charges. But BLM says it was clear what the intent was from protesters who allegedly hurled racial slurs at them. Reporting live from City Hall, Crystal Adaris, City News.